Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to Pass Interference, casual fan commentary for all your sports needs. I'm RJ Bam. That's Alex Leffler. We appreciate y'all being here. It's fucking cold in this room. It's so
I
cold.
just turned the heater on.
Did you, dude, have you been paying attention to this, like, China NBA shit?
No, I did hear a little bit about LeBron speaking out on, what was it, not the Clippers. What owner was
Rockets.
it? The Rockets owner.
Daryl Morey, the GM.
Yeah.
Basically, like, Hong Kong is, like, fighting for their freedoms or whatever. And so they've been protesting, people have been getting killed, and, like, they're out there fucking singing the U.S. national anthem because, like, we have freedoms here, and they're, like, you know, trying to, like, be, like, as an example, like, oh, they have their freedoms.
Yeah.
Chinese people just out there, oh, say, can you see? Dude, the video is actually kind of funny, but they're out there fighting for their lives or whatever, or protesting for their lives, and so, like, the night before the U.S. has their game in China, Daryl Morey, like, tweets out, like, support for the Hong Kong protesters, and so, and the NBA is always known to, like, let their players speak or whatever, you know, they always speak their minds, versus the NFL, which is always about the shield and, like, shut the fuck up and put on your helmet.
Go get more concussions.
Yeah, and then, like, China was like, yo, shut the fuck up and play basketball, and all the NBA players were like, yeah, for sure, okay, you got it. And then Daryl Morey tweets that out, and then LeBron, like, who's usually, like, pretty calculated with what he says, you know, he's, like, composed or whatever.
Yeah.
It's almost like he just had, like, went off the top of his head or something, and he was just like, oh, he doesn't, sometimes, you know, people say things, and, you know, you don't understand the repercussions of what you're, and so it sounded, like, really bad. And, like, I'm, like, a pretty big, like, LeBron dick rider. Like, I usually support him because he gets a lot of hate for no reason, but, like, that was pretty crazy. And then the Chinese government, was like, we demand the NBA fire Morey, and then Silver was like, nah, it's not gonna happen. So it's interesting because, like, LeBron is like, we know what his game plan is, right? Like, he wants to, before he retires, he wants to play with his kid, and then he wants to own a team when he gets done. And in order to own a team, he's gonna need at least $1 billion, a couple billion, and a lot of his money comes from China. And so he was just like, oh, let's shut the fuck up about this China stuff. Like, I still need income coming in, because if they cut off the check, it's a lot of people that are not going to get paid.
But here's the thing. Like, I watched a South Park parody.
Yeah.
About this whole China stuff.
Yeah.
They had, like, Winnie the Pooh in jail over there because of censory and stuff like that, because he looked like the Chinese empire or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've always known China was a big market and that they would potentially have the most money because they have the most freaking people.
Yeah.
Why all of a sudden are people starting to try and capture their money or not want to lose their business? It's just like all of a sudden everything's like that. Especially with the NBA. Like, I understand that they've been over in China for a while, but, like, why are they afraid of losing? I think
it's not only, like,
censored and not showing the games over in China because the China national government said, hey, you're not allowed to watch this anymore.
It could be that, or, like, I know a lot of athletes, they're sponsored by companies from China.
Li-Ning and stuff
like that. And stuff like that, different shoes. And so and then China, like, the Chinese government obviously is like not trying to give any leeway to anybody in Hong Kong. And so it's like, hey, we need you on our side because we give you so much money. Shut the fuck up, or else we're gonna cut the money off. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of funny though, because it's just like it made LeBron sound really bad, but and he's usually a guy who's, like, pretty calculated behind at the podium, but yeah, it was kind of crazy.
All right.
It was even crazier because, like, the protesters, they were like, oh, we apologize for the NBA players, like, we didn't mean for them to be in any harm when they came out here and stuff like that. And it's like, you don't need to apologize for anything, bro. You out here, like, you don't even have any freedoms. Like, they can't even put their names in the papers because, like, their whole family will get killed. It's wild, but yeah, that was kind of a crazy story. But anyway, I want to talk to you about Cowboys, bro.
Good.
I'm sure you're fuming,
yes,
but
yes.
So, like, Cowboys had a great start to the season. 3-0.
Played 3 crappy teams.
Sure, but they were undefeated for the first 3 games, and then they haven't won a game since for the last 3. And so from what I've heard, I heard that the Cowboys gave a lot of control to their OC this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then and for the first 3 games, he was like taking the reins. And then I heard at game 4 and for the next 3 games, what's the coach's name?
Garrett took over.
I heard Garrett took over the game plan. That's what I read anyway.
Okay. The Saints game, close game, all game, should have lost. Like, power to the Saints. Packers, how do you come out in the first half, not score any points, cross the 50-yard line 6 times, miss 2 field goals, whatever, like you put 0 points on in the first half. Second half, you come out, you make a game of it, come back, have a chance to win.
Yeah.
Same thing last week. Came out first half, didn't do crap. Second half, came back, almost won again.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, we should be 5-1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just based on how those games played. Now, did the first half, was Garrett calling the plays, and then the second half, the OC took over? Well, why are you continuing to call first half plays if you're not scoring any points?
Yeah.
Jason Garrett's always had it rough. I mean, the Cowboys' head coaching position is one of the most sought after, or whatever. Like, you get the most scrutiny. He does suck. I'm not gonna lie. Sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
Shit needs to change. Dak is not worth the money. Do not sign him. Do not sign him for 30. Do not sign him for 35. Do not sign him for 40. Before the season started, I said sign him for 30. I'd be okay with that. That's the going rate for a quarterback. You will not win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott. And they need to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Draft somebody. Franchise tag him next year if you need a stopgap. But do not pay the man 5 years, $150 million, whatever it may be. You know.
Yeah. That's so like that even goes back to it, like Jerry Jones like big upping Dak and stuff, Dak like that.
Yeah.
Where he's like saying he could be like the next Tom Brady or whatever, which is like I thought that was weird, especially when you're in negotiations with the quarterback.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how much Jerry Jones is in control of that kind of stuff, or if he's just like I'm just the guy behind it. You know what I mean? Like if he's just like I'm just the face of the company. I'm not the guy that makes the decisions.
Yeah.
You know, but like but how? So I didn't watch the last 2 Cowboys games. I saw like clips of it. How was their how was the playbook? Was it like super balanced at all, or was it like?
It's the turnovers, bro. Dak has been throwing turnovers in the first half. The Packers gave me through 2 in the first half, which stopped drives, and then same thing last week. I think he threw 1 or 2 in the first half, or we turned the ball over.
Mm-hmm.
But the defense also, the defense is partially to blame, but I don't know if it's because they get set up in bad field position by Dak.
Yeah. Or
by all these turnovers, but they haven't been creating turnovers. They have 1 interception on the year, and it was in the Saints game.
Mm.
And it was off a tip pass. I think Zeke's fumbled a handful of times.
Yeah.
Some of the receivers have probably fumbled. But I turned the game off last week.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. Like, in the second quarter, I was like, dude, this is trash. Like, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
Zeke hasn't looked crisp. Like, end game, like, he still may have near 100 yards, but, like, he just hasn't dominated, except that Dolphins game.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's the Dolphins.
It's the Dolphins. Dolphins might win this week, though.
Who do they play?
They're playing the Bills.
Oh.
I mean, the Bills' defense is good, but I don't... The offense...
Yeah.
But the Bills are a good football team. Troy, I didn't really say that.
Wait.
You heard. You're dreaming.
Is he a Bills fan?
Yeah. I play Xbox with a guy who lives in Rochester.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think you meant Troy from work.
No.
I was like, he's from Portland. Why is he a Bills fan? Do you think Jason Garrett should be fired? How long has he been coach of that team? For a while now, right?
10 years.
Yeah, because that's like I can't remember not seeing him on the
So
sidelines.
after Parcells left, I think we went to might have been North Turner.
Yeah.
Tom Cable was on the Cowboys, coordinator, whatever. Wade Phillips is terrible. Stick to defensive coordinating. But like,
I heard Urban Meyer was like, yeah, I could coach the Cowboys. He's like, I would take that position.
Urban Meyer was the Florida head coach when Tebow was there, right?
Yeah.
I don't like that. What's crazy is that Cam Newton should have been the next Florida quarterback after Tim Tebow, but he got kicked out of school.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, that's the reason why he went.
He went to Auburn?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think he went to a JC in between.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's your feeling on the Cowboys? I mean, pretty much the same thing. Like the first half, how are you putting up 0? They've put up 3 points last week.
Yeah, I don't like.
When you put yourself down 20 in the hole, it's like.
It's hard to climb out of, and then it's hard to expect to win games.
Yeah.
When you coming out from the hole, but like. I don't know. Like I was one of those people that like last year the Cowboys were like my dark horse pick to win the whole thing. I was like, I think people aren't paying attention. They're like not expecting the Cowboys to win. And I was like, they're gonna climb through the playoffs. And this year I was like, I thought they were gonna do really well this year. And then the first 3 games I was like, wow, dude, they're fucking dominating. And then to see like it's like 2 different teams.
Yeah.
Between the first 3 games and the last 3 games, so it's one of those things where I'm like something. Like so whatever you're doing that I don't know if and the only thing that I read
was missing passes.
Yeah.
He's missing his receivers or throwing it behind them and the ball gets tipped up and picked off. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
is it like is weather having anything to do with that? Is it windy? Is is he being rushed to pass? Like
it could be that because the tackles are out. Both of his right tackle, Lyle Collins, is hurt, and Tyron Smith is out. So it could be that he's receiving more pressure.
Yeah.
But it's just rough right now, man.
Yeah.
We need to win this game to take division control.
For sure, because right now you're 3-3.
And the Eagles are 3-3.
Yeah.
And we play the Eagles this week. And then we have a bye week.
That's a big game, dude.
Yeah, I know.
That's a big game.
And we've been playing like garbage, hot garbage.
Yeah.
And we have a bye week next week, which would be cool. Like reset what you need to reset.
Yeah, and with Carson Wentz back, last time they played the Cowboys, the secondary got eaten up. So.
Carson Wentz had a bad week, I think, last week.
Yeah.
Even the Eagles are supposed to be as good as the Cowboys, if not better, and they've played like shit too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough matchup for them this week. For both teams, really.
I think, didn't they lose to Atlanta week 2? Like, Atlanta came back, Julio torched them.
Is that the only game that Atlanta won?
Yeah.
Because I think they have 1 win on the game.
Atlanta might have won last week too.
Did they?
But they might have. I'm not quite sure.
Man.
But like Atlanta, I mean, we talk about them every week too about what the hell's going on.
I just don't understand what's going on in Atlanta at all.
Yeah.
Dude, Jason Garrett is a dude that looks constipated all the time.
He's a yes sir, yes no ma'am, like okay boss.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna do it, okay, but then like he doesn't do it.
He doesn't perform.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Yeah. That's like
he's a puppet.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones has got his hands far up Jason Garrett's ass.
Is Jerry Jones one of those people that like, if he likes you, he's just gonna keep you around no matter how fucking bad you are? Or at least like vouch for you for a while?
I don't know, because I heard rumors that Dez might come back and Dez and Tony Romo might come back in some kind of capacity, whether it be receivers, quarterbacks, coach with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And like I know that Jerry Jones and Dez Bryant used to like Jerry used to love Dez.
Yeah.
And then the relationship soured a little bit, so I don't know. Like
and Tony Romo was dating his daughter, wasn't he?
No.
No? I thought Tony Romo was dating Jerry Jones' kid.
No. Tony Romo used to date Jessica Simpson, and then he married an actress.
Oh, okay.
And some other, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, it seems like it seemed to me like Jerry Jones just had favorites that he was just like, I just want them around, just keep them around.
Larry Allen still goes back. Or Leonard Little, or not Leonard Little, Leonard Lett.
Yeah.
Cocaine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I was wondering what you thought about the Cowboys. I know you.
It's disappointing. It's frustrating. I mean, I don't want to turn the game off.
We're back because we're about. This is the halfway point of the season.
Damn
right
near.
about.
Yeah.
7 week 8.
Yeah, a lot of the teams haven't had their bye weeks, so
yeah.
we got 2 more games for some teams, 1 more for others after this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they can. I mean, they're still. It's not like they're out of it, you know.
They're not. I mean, they still have them, and the Eagles are tied for the division.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
they can easily still get a wild card spot too.
Yeah.
Like, but we do need to win consecutive games to feel a little bit more pressure off.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Hopefully we get to 6-3.
Who else is in the division?
The Giants and the Redskins.
Oh, okay.
And we get them once a game.
Yeah.
Both of them one more time.
Yeah.
So
there should be 2 wins right there.
Should be 2 wins.
Yeah.
But the way they've been playing, they'd probably lose.
Yeah.
To the Giants. To the Giants, at least.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, Saquon's back this week, so I'm excited for that. Put him in the lineup.
He's been running for the last couple of weeks, but they decided to keep him out.
Yeah, they.
I think that's a smarter decision for them because they know that their season's lost.
Yeah.
Let's not hurt him completely.
For sure.
So that's good. That's good that they're taking care of him.
Yeah, that's good to see. And so with injuries, like we have Mahomes going out last week with his knee injury. It like when I saw the replay, not the replay of the actual play because I can't really see anything. Everyone's like piled on top of each other. But afterward, when the medic team was out there, it like looked like he popped his knee back in, so it looked like he dislocated his kneecap. So it could just be that. It could just be a dislocated kneecap, so he could be fine because he was saying that he was fine.
Yeah.
Like if it was a actual ACL, MCL, any of those, like he would have limped off the field. He kind of just walked off. So it's a good sign.
I heard the coach popped it back in, and then he was walking around on it and stuff like that. I do think that they should keep him out for
I think they will.
at least 4 weeks.
Yeah, I think they were saying at least 3. Yeah.
Strengthen it.
Definitely.
Do strengthen.
Definitely.
Resistance training, everything.
Yeah.
Because once you dislocate, like I used to have shoulder injuries. My brother just redid his surgery on his shoulder.
Yeah.
He used to dislocate his all the time from like snowboard falls and stuff.
Right.
But once it pops it's gonna
the likelihood of it
popping more and
Yeah.
more. And then, the kneecap, there's all those ligaments and stuff like that near there.
Right.
So if it dislocates and hits a ligament, it could snap.
Yeah.
And then you're dealing
That's the thing,
with a
right?
whole nother injury.
It's not supposed to come out of the joint.
Yeah.
So when it does, it's like it like you might not have like a tear, but something's moved out of place or whatever. Like there's been some. It's like whatever glue that held it together is not there. So it kind of need to.
And
make
now
sure
it just loosened.
Yeah.
So now it could happen more frequently.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was.
He's lucky he didn't
definitely
tear anything,
Yeah.
but at the same time, he's got to be super cautious.
Best case
now.
scenario definitely happened. Like
Yeah.
he's not like super injured or anything like that. But yeah, because he went out in like the first quarter or something like that. I think.
Yeah, he was like 8 for 10.
Yeah.
Threw a touchdown, 70 yards.
Yeah.
But then the backup came in.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Moore. Didn't even know he still played.
Yeah. And then, who else did I see on the sideline that I was like, that guy's on that team now?
Blake Bortles?
No, it wasn't Blake Bortles. That was the last time I saw he was on the Rams.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. But I was somebody else that I was like, they're still in the league. The Rams making some trades, last minute trades to try to boost that defense up.
Yeah. They got a new linebacker from the Ravens in the Marcus Peters trade. Everybody's freaking out. What are they doing? What are they doing? And then all of a sudden they trade for Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah. Dude, how much they traded 2 first rounders and a 4th rounder.
Do you think they gave up too much for
a
cornerback?
I do.
Yeah.
I think
And here's the other issue. They're in win now mode. Everybody knows they're in win now mode because they offered the same thing for Khalil Mack.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's the one thing I got out of this. They're like, we want to win this year.
But the reason why the Raiders didn't trade with the Rams is because they didn't think it was going to be a high draft pick.
Yeah.
And they thought the Bears pick was. So Rams could have had Khalil Mack.
That would have been insane.
They're not gonna. They can't. I don't think they have enough cap room to pay Ramsey though. So Ramsey's probably either franchised next year or gone.
Yeah, but yeah, the only thing that I got out of it was they're trying to win this year.
Yeah.
And they needed. Goff's been kind of iffy.
Yeah, they haven't
good weeks, bad weeks, good weeks, bad
They
weeks.
haven't looked that great either.
Yeah,
the running. I think a lot with them has to do with not being able to trust your run game because Gurley's
been hurt. Yeah, I don't even know if he's playing this week. I don't think he is.
No, he didn't play last week either.
You know who else isn't playing this week is the Saints running back.
Kamara?
Kamara's not playing this week either.
Oh, wow.
And I have No, I have Latavius Murray. So it's like I'm trying to decide whether to play him or not. He's gonna get a lot of touches, but it's like I have Saquon coming back.
They really don't. I mean, they don't run the ball too often, but they do throw to the running back a little bit. So I think that Latavius might get like a touchdown if they get near the red zone.
Right.
That's good. That sucks because that's their two best offensive player outside. I mean, Michael Thomas too. But
his numbers are really high this year. As always, I mean, he's got a pretty high reception rate.
DeAndre Hopkins' numbers are pretty low right now.
Low this year, yeah.
And then Julio's had the one big game, and then
and been kind of quiet. Yeah, that's another team that the Texans they have a high IQ, great quarterback, and a shitty line. So
it's the Russell Wilson thing.
Yeah,
him and Wilson are running for their lives every play.
Yeah, so it's like you need to. In the next few years, you need to protect that guy. Otherwise, you're going to get another Andrew Luck situation where you're just going to get hurt.
You going to watch the Seattle game today?
It's Seattle Texans, right?
No,
it's
Ravens,
Seattle...
Ravens.
That's right, yeah. I do want to see that game. I want to see...
Lamar versus
Lamar
Russell.
Yeah. But... So with the Rams trade with the Ravens secondary is looking pretty stacked, bro.
It was already stacked.
It was, and now you add another guy. They gave him a linebacker to bring in another corner.
Who's going to play slot?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because they have Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphrey, and Jimmy Smith.
Yeah.
Is one of them hurt? Is Humphrey
out? That was one thing I was wondering because they have
I think Humphrey might be out. But yeah, and then they have
that would make
Thomas
sense, I guess.
There.
Yeah, they got AT back
Here's the thing about Marcus Peters, though, is that he's a gambler.
Yeah.
So he gives up a lot of catches trying to make the flashy interception and get the pick and stuff. He gives up a lot of big plays. He'll get burned in coverage. Even when he was with KC, when he led the league in interceptions, you could tell he was a gambler.
Yeah.
And then he kind of got roasted a couple times last year when he was on the Rams.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Oh, I was like, what happened? I think you dropped your drink.
No.
You know who's having a better season this year than we thought they were going to? The Packers. They're leading their division right now.
They are.
I think they're 5-1. And
Aaron Jones looks okay. All the receivers are hurt right now.
They are. Aaron Jones looked great one week. He looked unstoppable 1 week, and then it's been kind of just whatever, average.
Well, the first game of the year, they had that Thursday night game. Probably one of the worst games all year.
Terrible game.
They had 125 yards passing, 200 yards total. He didn't look good. I thought he was what's going on here? Yeah. Cowboys game, he looked all right. But other than that, I haven't watched any of the games. But they are under their fifth and sixth receiver. I think Allison's out. I think Adams is out. I think Valdez-Scantling.
Yeah, I don't know how long they can keep up what they're doing if you got no one to throw to. The more receivers you just keep bringing off the bench, the less time they've had to work with Rodgers. The connection's not there. You know what I mean? So we'll see.
Yeah.
But they are having a great season so far. So, and another team that's having a great season is the Niners. Even though they're undefeated, and they're 6-0 now. Right?
5-0. They already have their bye week.
They had their bye week. Oh, okay.
It's week 7, right?
Yeah, it's week 7. Yeah. So they're undefeated. Them and the Patriots, and they're leading their division, the NFC West. But they're not even the strongest team in the NFC West. I don't think. I think the most dangerous team in the NFC West is the Seahawks. Yeah,
in my opinion, the Niners, I can't trust them because I don't trust their offense.
Yeah.
Their defense is good.
Mm-hmm.
You got good players there. I can't trust their offense. I'm not ready to I believe in this team. This team's unbelievable. It could be a whole Carolina Panther thing. They win the first 6 games and then lose the rest of the season.
Dude, I forgot about that, yeah.
That's what happened last year with the Panthers. They came out
They looked so good and then,
boom.
Just tanked the rest of the season. I think the Seattle Seahawks are kind of going to be like silent assassins, just kind of sliding through in the background.
They don't...
They're looking stronger and stronger every week.
But they don't play that way. like they're always in these dog fights.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about it. Like, Russell Wilson has to do a shit ton for them to win.
Yeah, he does. But, like, I think that's why they're going to go under the radar, because they have, like, a lot of close games where it's, like, the last possession of the game is going to win the game type games and stuff. So it's, like... And for some reason, they just always end up on top when it comes to stuff like that, especially, like, later in the season.
Yeah.
And so I think they're just going to slide their way right through. It'll be interesting to see when they play the Rams again.
That's going to be a good game.
Yeah.
Because the Rams didn't play that good.
Yeah. I mean, because that came to a last-minute win when they played, like, last week or the week before, whenever it was.
Gurley was out, so...
That's right, Gurley was out that game.
Yeah.
And Gurley's out again. One of the reasons I didn't want to pick him up. Did you see that there was talk of Kenyon Drake getting traded?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Dolphins, what are you doing?
I feel so bad for that man, because he'll be like the leading yard getter for the running backs, but at the beginning of the year, they don't give him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They don't ever give him the ball. Like, hey, we're gonna. We got Frank Gore. We're gonna give Frank Gore.
Do they still have Frank Gore?
No, Frank Gore's up in Buffalo now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, last year they had Frank Gore, so they were handing it off to him. And who else is there now? Because I feel like, is he even getting the majority of touches this year?
No.
Who is?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know who they have.
Nobody. The quarterback's getting sacked every play.
Yeah. Who's their quarterback?
They got Fitzpatrick and then Josh Rosen.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah.
So like they've been giving him like 14 passes each.
Yeah. What the? I don't even know what are they trying to do?
Like I said, their roster is complete shit.
Are they just trying to like get picks? Like they're just trying to like trade everybody off for picks, or like?
I guess. But here's the thing. I've already stated this. Like
they're already gonna get the first pick.
Obvious. But then they also have all these other draft picks that they've been accumulating. You have to hit on all of them in order to build a decent team.
Yeah.
Like you have to, like for the next 4 drafts, you have to hit on a majority of your picks.
Yeah.
The late round picks, they have to be starters.
They do.
Or stars. Like you can't afford to mess up your draft.
Yeah.
Like all these guys you're going to be drafting, they have to be starting caliber NFL players. It's not, hey, we need bench depth.
Right.
You know, a guy that can come in and give us our starters a rest. These guys have to be starters.
How crazy would it be if they just had a phenomenal draft, and then like the next 2-3 years, and just all of a sudden they're just stacked?
It could happen. I mean,
I think that's what they're kind of betting on.
When Seattle was going to the Super Bowls, they're hitting on a lot of those later round picks.
Mm-hmm.
Like you hit on those that turn into stars.
Yeah.
Like you're built. Like you could potentially win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
And that's what makes New England so good.
Because they consistently do that shit.
They consistently find these guys who fit right in and perform well. Starters, offensive linemen, quarterbacks that they trade for future picks.
Yeah.
Like just to back up Brady in case he gets hurt or needs a break or...
Yeah.
You know, and look at all Tom Brady's backups. Like half of them are starters in the NFL right now, or they're backups on other teams.
His backup from 2 years ago or whatever, undefeated with the Niners right now. Brissett,
like 4-2,
killing it with
like
the Colts. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. The Patriots have some injuries with their offense. What's his name?
Josh Gordon, right?
Josh Gordon still has his knee injury, so he's not going to play this week. Edelman still has his chest injury, so he's like limited at practice and stuff. Every week that goes by, I keep hearing rumors of possibly Gronk coming back for the playoffs.
Gronk said no.
I know. I heard. I would be.
You saw the little clip for Gronk?
Which clip?
Gronk said that there's no way.
Zero chance of him coming back.
Yeah.
Is that the? I think my buddy Alon was telling me about that. But like, is that the clip? Or did he look really skinny in that clip?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
if you see him starting to put a little bit of weight back on, like not watched wrestling when you were younger.
Oh, 100%.
Like the Attitude Era and stuff like that. Like, yeah. Give me a hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah. With them, where they were doing like it was Triple H and the shorter dude that'd be like,
Shawn Michaels. X-Pac or whatever. Yeah. Road Dogg, Jesse James, Billy Gunn. Yeah, China and DX too, I guess.
Oh my God, China. Did she die?
I heard she did.
Yeah.
Room.
We're finally talking about WWE, which you guys always wanted to hear. Yeah, I don't know. I know. Like from what I've listened to from on podcasts from different doctors and stuff, like people are born with a certain gene or allele that makes you more vulnerable to CTE. Mm-hmm. So that's why you'll see some people be affected way more than others. So like if you have this specific allele, it'll definitely drive you crazy. Like that dude from like the Steelers back in the day and stuff like that. And like Aaron Hernandez, who had like the brain of an 80-year-old. And I think probably Antonio Brown as well.
What about Bosworth or whatever, offensive lineman who went like crazy, steroids guy?
He probably had it. But yeah, there's like a certain gene that makes you way more susceptible to it versus others. So it's like Gronk might be one of those guys that doesn't have that allele. Mm-hmm. So he might be fine because like there's like Tony Romo's like a bunch of hits. He seems completely fine, making phenomenal. And also it's probably like I'm sure the weed smoking probably helps like calm everything down a little bit.
It definitely helps with the pain and stuff like that. Like whereas like after you play in an NFL game, like everybody's like, dude, it's like I've been in a car wreck. I can barely walk Monday. Yeah. Like Tuesday it gets a little bit better, but then by Wednesday it's like, okay, maybe I'll be able to play this week. And then Thursday you're like, all right.
You get hit again.
Yeah. I finally feel a little bit normal.
Yeah. And then like I know like with like the CBD and the THC, like there's receptors in the brains that connect that normally might not, so that might help with your brain activity. I think I heard like the more you use your brain, the more like it's like a muscle, so it's like it might be able to recover a little bit. Mm-hmm. The more like if you're, I don't know, people that are analysts and stuff like that, where they have to actually think about stuff a lot, so that might help with their CTE, but who knows? Who really knows anything? But yeah, he might be fine. I don't know. Gronk was always one of those dudes like, I don't remember him having like too many. It was always his shoulder.
Towards the end, I guess it was his knee. Right?
Yeah.
Was it always his shoulder or his elbow?
I remember always seeing him in a sling, no matter what. He's always in a sling.
He always had that big brace on.
Yeah. That's the other thing too. Like when he was playing, he was always injured.
Yeah.
And he's one of those players where
he
it's like
played the Super Bowl injured.
Yeah, he did.
And and he made that catch. Yeah. And like knowing that he had a leg problem, he still ran down the field, caught the ball, provided a win.
Yeah.
Because that was the only big play. It shouldn't have been the only big play, but Jared Goff hung a pass that got deflected.
Yeah. So like going forward now, like the Patriots are undefeated, but going forward, it's like their receiver numbers are slowly dwindling.
Yeah.
Their O-line is one of the worst O-lines they've had in a while. So it depends on can they keep Brady healthy? Can they make sure he doesn't take any big hits? Can he stop fucking rushing it back to back?
The Patriots don't have bad guards. They have Thuney and actually Thuney might not be there anymore. Mason. Mm-hmm. But other than that, they don't have any tackles. Mm-hmm. So you're right. David Andrews got hurt at the beginning of the year. That's why they had to go get another center from the Bills.
Yeah.
Crazy week.
Yeah. It's finally like it's that mid-season point where things are like everyone's kind of in form now, you know what I mean? Like the jitters are all out. It's like
you kind of know what to expect out of teams.
Everyone's got their eyes on playoffs now.
Some teams you're looking at and you're like, well, it could go either way. Cowboys are one of those teams.
Eagles are one of those teams. I want to see how well like the Panthers keep doing this year.
With the new quarterback.
With Allen back there.
I heard Cam might be done. I heard they might get rid of Cam after this year.
I would.
The way he's been playing?
Yeah.
You think he provides more?
I think you can advertise a healthy Cam coming back and get something good, a good trade for him. Like while he still has value, I think his value will rise at the end of this year because you're like, yo, he's been hurt this whole time. he's coming back healthy, but we have a guy now that we want to keep, so we want to trade him off.
Honestly, I don't see them getting any picks.
You don't think so?
No. The reason why is because I think a lot of teams won't want to pay what his contract is. So then he would have, they probably want to get him, but they're not going to trade for him. They're going to have the Panthers release him, do whatever. I don't know if his guaranteed money is up.
Yeah.
Could be. And then just sign him for cheaper.
Yeah. Dolphins.
The Dolphins could just trade for him.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. They have draft capital.
They do. That's one team that definitely does.
Hey, we're not going to give you first round picks, but here's a couple second.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I would be... Dude, if I'm a quarterback coming into the league, if I'm Tua, I'm worried.
I'd start looking bad.
Because...
That's one team.
He did just get injured yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, he went out in, the first half or something like that with the knee injury. I think it was knee... Dude, so many knee injuries this year. But... So he, Jalen Hurts might be the front runner.
If I'm anybody, I do not want to go to the Dolphins.
Dude, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The players that are even there right now and they want out, they're like, bro.
Well, the thing about...
Their best player, they still have Howard.
Tua is only a junior. So he could be like, I'm going to stay for another year. Let me stay for my senior year and not go to the Dolphins.
But the Dolphins are going to be bad next year, too.
Yeah, but if they draft a quarterback this year, they may not draft a quarterback next year.
That didn't happen in Arizona.
True.
Josh Rosen, Kyler Murray.
True. But at least Kyler went to a better team.
Who would he have gone to? Oh, well, Kyler wasn't even... He was projected to play baseball, so...
Yeah, I really... when he got drafted by I think it was Oakland, right? Oakland A's?
Yeah.
When he got drafted by the Oakland A's, I thought for sure he was like, I'm definitely going to go baseball.
I think baseball in the long run.
In the long run, I think he wanted more money up front.
If you make it to the majors
Yeah.
and you play well, baseball is the better option.
Mm-hmm.
Quarterback though.
It is the highest paid position.
Yeah, he might actually end up making more in football, but he's got to play well.
Yeah.
He's been play decent.
He has been throwing dimes though. His passes have been on point.
Yeah. He's for how tall he is, he's looking okay.
Yeah.
They made, I think, the correct pick. But all the rookie quarterbacks this year
they've all been doing well.
Yeah.
Did you see that video of him and Larry Fitz talking about Julio?
No, what were they talking about?
It was before the Atlanta game, and then Larry Fitz came over and he's like, "Hey man, check out number 11, man. He's the best to ever play the game. He's the best guy I've ever played with. He's phenomenal."
No, he kind of is though, because he doesn't really have any weaknesses.
That's the biggest thing about him. Zero weaknesses.
He runs all the routes. He's fast.
He's got
tall.
Yeah.
He's jump balls, everything. He really doesn't. He's good at everything.
Yeah. And he keeps his head down and plays the game.
Yeah.
He literally he runs every route you can think of.
Yeah. Calvin was kind of that way, but to me, Calvin was the best.
Because he's bigger.
Play. Yeah. Randy Moss, he was more of a streak route runner.
He was.
Than a jump ball guy.
Yeah.
He really wasn't going over the middle too often. Julio.
Back then, though, if he did, he would get smashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Julio's good. I think Calvin was better. That's just my opinion. When I think of greatest receiver, I go to Calvin.
Yeah, I could see that.
I know a lot of people go to Rice because he has all the
numbers
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you look Calvin, he offered more than Rice did.
Yeah, he did, and Calvin was 6'5", 6'6", whatever he was.
And he ran a 4.3.
Yeah,
or 4.28 or whatever.
Pretty crazy.
It was,
yeah. I've always thought Julio was probably one of the best receivers to ever play the game. I saw him do a broad jump of 12 feet. I was just like, what in the fuck what am I looking at? He's just standing still, jump 12 feet forward. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, that's unbelievable. A lot of people will get 9, 10, 12. I was like, that's insane.
The cornerback for the Cowboys, the reason why they drafted him, he had a really good broad jump.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he set the combine record. I think it's 12 or 13.
Yeah. If he got over 12, that's probably the record. I know Julio got 12. And then the Clay Matthews tweeted out about the refs.
Oh God, I saw that. He got fined
$12,500 for that tweet.
Yeah.
I believe him though. Like he gets more.
When you criticize the refs,
yeah.
Like he's expecting a fine.
He knows. Right. Yeah, when he knows he's gonna get fined. Yeah.
I mean, who the Packers play? There was controversy in that game. They played last week? Who they play? Was it the Sunday night game? Or the Monday night game?
Was the Vikings?
Yeah, where the hands to the face. I guess Bakhtiari came out and told the refs hey dude, they're putting hands on my face.
Yeah.
Every play. And then the refs at halftime they looked at it or whatever, and then later in the game towards the end the dude was putting it right there on his shoulder pads.
Yeah.
And they got called for it. And they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Just because of what Bakhtiari said. That's BS.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it's fast motion and everything
sure.
like that, but you can't just call these phantom calls.
Yeah.
They got bailed out twice.
They've been
last drive.
They've been called it's interesting the play calling because they've been calling more flags on linebackers and linemen than they do on corners and stuff. Even when they review plays, I know that most of the time, if there's a no call on a pass interference, and then they go back and review it, even if there is pass interference, it has to be egregious in the replay because you go by what the standard is in the moment on the field call. Yeah. So unless it's a Michael Thomas getting smashed into the sidelines,
a little touching,
a little push off. If they didn't call it in the moment, they're not gonna flip it on the replay.
That's good because there probably is some type of pass interference every play.
Yeah. And nowadays it's getting so bad that you could literally probably call it on every play.
They do hand fights when the ball's in the air. You see the receiver and the corner swapping each other's hands. Unless it's egregious.
Yeah, unless you get smashed running your route.
Last year it was egregious.
Yeah.
And
it still didn't get called back, which is weird. But
dude got laid out before the ball even got there.
He did, and then it was weird because there was a line ref right there and didn't call nothing.
Yeah, no, I didn't see him.
Yeah, I was that was wild.
I got money on the game.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the biggest thing that I've noticed this year is how many times roughing the passer calls have been made versus pass interference on receivers, because there's been a few times where I'm wow, they got hit on that play and they didn't call anything. And then even in the reviews, they're whatever, no. But yeah, even but while they were doing some reviews on a pass interference, in the moment, I was that's not pass interference, and then they reviewed it, and I was that could be pass interference, but then they didn't call it because they're in the moment, we're gonna go with that.
Well, I heard Detroit got screwed out of maybe it was Detroit that they got no catches, or he catches the ball, makes a football move, and then they say no catch. So it's a lot like the Dez Bryant stuff. The other day, I think it was against the Packers too.
Really?
Do you think the refs favor the Packers? Because they've seemed to get a lot of favorable calls.
Yeah, probably.
What was it? 10 years ago, that Seattle game?
Yeah.
Monday Night Football, just chuck it up in the back of the end zone, they call pass interference or some shit like that. Or whatever. Didn't call it. And it was offensive pass interference.
Right.
Yeah. Packers just seem to get a lot of favorable calls.
They do, yeah. And then now that Clay Matthews is not on the Packers anymore, he's been getting called against.
Yeah. Well, he got roughing the passer quite a bit.
He's one of the reasons they changed the rule. But ever since they changed the rule, he still gets called for it. It's he's one of those players where it's
you can't, but here, as a defender, it's so hard to adjust to that because you've been playing with that rule for so long. Adjust to it and completely, okay, the ball's in the air, the receiver jump, crap. Your job is to make them incomplete the pass, right?
Yeah.
how the fuck are you not going to be able to hit? Like, it's just
you have to punch
reaction.
the ball.
It's reaction time. And even when you do try to safe tackle them, if they go down and you hit your helmet on them, you get called for the flag. It's like, bro, like...
You can't... So it seems to me
what am
like...
I supposed to do?
You can't smash into them anymore, apparently. Like, you can't even shoulder them anymore. I think what they want to see is you wrap around their waist and pull them down. Like like anytime I've seen that, that's never been called. You can drag them down as much as you want, you just can't hit them. Because if you do hit them, 50-50 if you're gonna get called.
Dude, when I played football,
do I know?
I lived for just hitting people.
Yeah.
I didn't care if I made the play.
You know
I just wanted to hit somebody.
You know what's crazy? You'll see college players don't get called for roughing calls and stuff like that, and then they'll come into the NFL and be like, what the fuck? Like, they'll get called for stuff that they were able to do in college that they can't do now. Like, the biggest thing that you used to have to adjust to was receivers had to put two feet down. Yeah. Learn to put 2 feet down, they'll just drag out, like, you know what I mean? And now it's like, oh, now I gotta adjust to hitting people, you know? You would think that it would be the opposite. You're like, oh, it's gonna be so much more intense, so much more hitting, and it's like, safe plays, guys.
I don't know. For me, like, when I played the Oklahoma drill, stuff like that.
The worst thing you can ever do for your... Dude,
I loved it. Everybody loved it, though. Like, from the outside, like, as a sideline person, you're like, that's probably not the greatest.
CTE every play.
But
smash, turn, get up, smash, get up, smash.
But that's, like, the best. Like, even the tackling drill. Like, two people start on their backs, you know, you hand the ball off, like, you're supposed to get off your back and make the tackle.
Yeah.
Dude, you get run over whenever I get to carry the ball, dude, I was just looking to run over. I was like, all right, hurry up, get there. That way, as soon as he stands up, I'm running right over this motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, like, a lot of football players probably feel that way.
Yeah.
They live for hitting, and you're taking hitting out of the game.
Yeah.
Especially the defenders.
Yeah. It makes it tough. It's making, like, playing defense a lot harder. So, but, I mean, at the same time, I think the NFL is just looking for any ways to make more money, you know? So it's like, if we can get
high scoring
games,
because nobody wants to watch a Super Bowl.
People want to see the highlights. People want to see the big passes, whatever. Blah blah blah. How can we bring in more money? They're always looking for that. Can we Can we bring a team to London? Can we fucking? I think they've run out of shit to do here in the U.S. You know what I mean? They do the pink shit in October. They made the Super Bowl like commercials. They brought in commercials. They made the halftime show a big deal. You know, what can we do to bring in more casual fans?
Here's the thing that I have an issue with is that they do the pink stuff in October, but if you want to wear it outside October, you'll get fined. Because D'Angelo Williams, his mom had cancer, breast cancer, whatever.
Yeah.
He wore pink almost every game.
Yeah.
And he would get fined every game.
Yeah, stupid.
Because he's trying to support and bring awareness to other stuff. Like,
but
it's not just like I understand there's uniform code, but like
the weird thing about that is like it's.
And then there's 1 week I think in the year where you can wear your own cleats. Like they don't have to be like a certain color. Or whatever.
Really?
Like you can wear.
Isn't
custom
OBJ
cleats.
doing that shit every week? Is he just
they have pregame cleats.
Yeah.
And that's where you see the fancy cleats.
Oh, then he switches after the actual game.
Switch back to the team cleats or whatever.
Smart, like at least get your advertising out there in the pregame.
Yeah, but, I mean, and it shows off their style and stuff like that. Like that's their I guess.
Dude, NFL so much about their shield. They don't give a fuck about players, huh?
Dude, they do.
But you know what's wild? Like that dress code thing. It's like the only time I've seen the NBA fine somebody was when J.R. Smith wore Supreme. And it's the only reason they find it is like, yo, that's a company that we don't. It's a different company. You literally are wearing a long ass Supreme.
Well, it's like Beats, something like that. If Beats sponsors the NBA, you can't wear Bose or something that. Like
so and that makes sense
because that's messing with the money for everybody in the NBA.
But if he just wore a red sleeve that didn't have Supreme written on it,
it'd be fine.
It would be fine. But just for like the fact that you can't even wear pink.
Yeah.
And your mom has like breast cancer or whatever. It's like that's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So should we move over to NBA?
Sure.
You see, Beal signed a 2-year extension for $72 million. So now his deal is so far rated at a 4-year, $130 million deal so far.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Before that extension...
I think he's definitely leaving after that, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because before that extension got made, there was talk of like he could get upwards of like $266 million in 2022.
He could, but maybe when's the new CBA?
I don't know.
See, that's the thing. You always like if you're a star player, you always want to like put it right at the time you're getting a new CBA.
Yeah.
That way you can get paid more. I think they just had a new CBA though, and then I think the NFL. What, next year?
Next year.
Might see a lockout.
I think you'll definitely see a lockout.
Yeah.
I think
it's either going to be a shortened season.
Players have been tweeting each other, saying, "Hey, make sure you save your money. Save your money. Save your money. Save your money, because we might not get paid for a while."
Yeah.
So that's the other big rumor that I've heard.
XFL, baby.
Dude, XFL had a shot to be to be NFL Blitz, bro. They had a chance of like.
They're coming back.
Yeah.
It's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
Minimum pay.
Probably.
You know how much they're paying people? $55,000.
I was gonna guess like 40, but yeah.
It's like 55.
Man.
And like I see all these NFL people going over there. Sammy Coates used to play for the Steelers and stuff.
Well, I mean, like, so how about this? Like, you could work for UPS and make, I don't know, $60,000 a year, $70,000 a year maybe, or you could go play indoor football and make 65. Which one do you want to do?
I'd rather go play football because then it's shortened, so you have more free time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, are you having to pay for travel?
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Right.
Because I heard like last time they had the
find your own way to the game.
You had to find your own way to the game, which is a lot like the wrestling businesses. Because I've read articles on the wrestling business. Those guys have to drive. They don't get shuttled over to the next city or anything like that. They basically wrestle and drive all through the night to go wrestle in a different city.
Super wild because wrestling makes so much money. That sports entertainment business makes so much money. You would think that they would,
unless you're like a superstar.
Yeah.
Who makes money? You can have a private bus and have a driver.
But you still probably pay for that though. Like
you have to pay for that, yeah, obviously. But that's crazy.
That is crazy. I'm surprised they don't have like,
hey, a plane,
something. Yeah.
Their own charter plane.
Their own yeah.
Boom! All the wrestlers get on the plane.
Yeah.
And then just fly to the next city.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy to me that they have to find their own way.
Especially because they perform almost every night of the year.
They do. They honestly,
I think they have 5 days off.
You're on the road all year.
Yeah.
So because they wrestle on Monday nights.
Yeah.
And then I think SmackDown, which is a Friday night show, but I think they film it on like Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
So from Monday to Tuesday, you got to fly to the next city.
Yeah.
And then when they have pay-per-views, you got to be there. Like this, that. I mean, they have NXT now. They have all this other shit.
Right. They have so many. I mean, they have to have people show up, right? You have the script written out, so you know who's going to wrestle. So you need those players, You need those wrestlers there. It's weird for you to not just send everybody off at the same time. Like, everybody gets on this plane.
Hey, be here at this time. You miss a plane, you find your own way.
Right. That at least do that.
Yeah.
And then you could have a plane with all the wrestlers' faces on it and stuff. Advertised that way.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's wild that take a train there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's wild.
So a lot of them like carpool and shit like that because sometimes they drive across country to the next city.
Yeah, they're all coming in RVs. Can you imagine seeing The Rock and Triple H come off an RV together?
Yeah, no, like you get there, it's like 4 hours before your match. You're like, damn, I just got here.
Yeah.
Like I haven't slept, like shit like that.
Right. Yeah. It takes so long just to drive out there.
Yeah.
When you could fly in a couple hours.
So I mean that, like any business or any company you work for, there's negatives. There's positives.
Sure. Another Siakam signed a 4-year, $130.
Good for him. He might be overpaid.
It might. He had a great year last year.
He had a great year, but
he definitely stepped up.
Like, I kind of have issues with people like playing 1 year, getting paid, and then not playing well.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Frank Clark.
I don't think they win that championship if Siakam didn't step up the way that he did though.
No, you're right. 100% right.
Yeah. have you seen? Okay, so Zion's injured again with his knee. Injured in high school, injured in college.
He's
injured
too
again.
big. He needs to.
My buddy went to the to watch him play, like in summer league, and I think he's listed at like 280. He was like, this dude is 300 pounds. He was like, there's no way how big he is. Like, not muscly big, just fat.
This is Danny.
Oh, who? It was Danny and Alon. Okay. And you met both of them.
Well, yeah. Danny, like, I would trust him because he's a workout person.
Yeah.
Like, he does all that stuff, trains and stuff.
Yeah,
like
they
that.
both went together, and they saw him play, and they're like, this dude is easily 300 pounds. There's no way he's 280. Like, he's just looked really, really chunky. And
he looks chunky, but like you can tell there's muscle under there, but he looks chunky.
Yeah. And like for him to be out again with his knee, it's like he got to lose at least 30 pounds.
I think if he dropped down to, I mean, what's he listed at?
280, I think.
He needs to drop down.
Maybe.
He probably needs to drop down to like 240, 250.
I don't know if he can get that low.
You don't think so? Like that's what
LeBron
plays at, right?
At least get to 65. At least get 65.
It's a lot of hard work.
It is.
It's going to be a lot of hard work for him. His eating habits, maybe it could be the eating habits.
It's definitely the eating habits.
But here's the thing: like the NBA, the teams, they take care of their players. Like even the NFL, they put them on diets. They put them on. Okay, hey, you can only eat this. Like. Okay, like they have team meals that's all prepped together.
Yeah.
And then you just go in and be like, all right, you're on this. So like the dietitians and the kitchen staff knows exactly what this player needs to get the amount of fuel they need to perform well and stuff like that. Because they have all these dietitians and stuff like that. So like if he's leaving practice and going out and eating like McDonald's his own shit like that, like you're fucking up your money.
You are. He's what, 19? Yeah. And so he's probably not disciplined with diet.
Right now.
Yeah. I'm sure he's going to learn through this year what it's going to take. Maybe next year he'll be a little bit leaner. But, like, the biggest thing is, like, he's young, so he's able to recover pretty quickly. But, dude, being that big is not going to be good for your joints.
Especially because of how explosive he is.
Yeah.
Because
landing.
He jumps high, right? Like, he's got the hops. That's just more weight coming down when you land.
Yeah.
Impact.
Yeah.
Everything like that. He doesn't. No, like I've said that from day one. Like he needs to change his body. Like not even like you can't really change his body type, but you can lose the weight to make your knees feel a little bit better to where your career lasts longer. Because that's what's going to end up happening is that he weighs too much right now to where his career is going to be shortened because of all the impact his knee is taking.
Yeah, and he's a forward. You're not even a center, like.
Yeah.
Like I never understood. Like NBA is one of those things where it's like you're on the court. For. I mean, probably not all 48, but like you're on the court for like I don't know 36 at least minutes.
If you're a star, other than LeBron James, you're probably on the court at least 34 to like they probably want to keep you at 32.
Yeah.
Like if your team's winning, like. I don't want to put you over 32.
Right. And so, like, they'll manage that, but, like, you're on the court sprinting, playing deep two-way basketball, like, it's so much calories you're burning. I don't understand how NBA players can not be lean. Like, some of them, I understand, like, I want to be bigger, so I want to put on weight. Like, if you're a Shaq. You know what I mean? Like, I want to dominate this position so much. Like, but he put on too much weight because, like, when he was in Orlando, he was all lean. But, like I just don't understand.
Could be.
Why is James Harden not shredded? Did you see videos of him like boxing and stuff? I'm like, dude, this dude needs to lose at least 30 pounds.
He's got a little beer belly, right?
Dude, yeah. I'm like, dude, you got a dad bod. You're a starter. You're the starter. You're the face of the Rockets, and you look like trash.
His cardio is probably A1.
Maybe.
No.
His defense is not A1.
Well, yeah, but his cardio is probably A1. He probably just drinks too much.
You think it's drinking?
Yeah.
Just the off-season drinking or what?
He probably drinks throughout the season.
God, that's wild. Dude, God damn it, dude. You're an NBA...
Some of those guys can get away with that.
When they're younger?
Even like if they're still skillful. Like, that's true. Like, here's the thing. James Harden, he relies a little bit on athleticism, but he is...
How athletic is James Harden?
He can dunk. I mean,
okay. He's also like 6'5", 6 whatever.
He relies more on skill than a lot of the other NBA players, and just craftiness,
dribbling skills,
and then just craftiness.
Yeah.
Like, so he relies on that a little bit more than athleticism.
I don't think he's that.
Whereas
athletic.
a guy like Zion, he relies so much on athleticism right now that he probably should change his body type.
Yeah.
Whereas James Harden, he's been doing it for a long time. He relies more on craftiness.
Yeah.
More than athleticism.
The thing that I want to see this year, which I'm not going to see, is the thing that what I don't want to see this year, which is which I always see from James Harden, like say, is when he'll be on offense. Let's say he misses, right? Let's say he like goes in, misses a shot, he's back on defense. The guy that he was just going up against on a 1-on-1 now has the ball, comes back, and he just runs right by James Harden. He just doesn't play, like he just refuses to play defense. I'm just like, can you at least do something?
Do you ever see that clip where he's like, he gave up on the play and he's just running by him and he just swipes down like that?
Dude,
it's the ball. It's like, that's James Harden defense, but he got the steal.
And then D'Antoni's like, yep, we'll just out offense our horrible. I just don't. I don't get it.
Defense wins championships.
Everyone knows that. Yeah.
There was a couple. The year Westbrook won MVP. He actually, James Harden actually played defense that year. Like, he wasn't the worst at defense.
In the playoffs, you mean?
Like, no, just throughout the season. He actually, gave a fuck.
Yeah. You know, the one thing I can say about James Harden is, he wants that MVP trophy every year. He wants the shooting trophy. You know what I mean? He wants to be that guy. Never once has he ever said, I won an NBA championship.
You've never heard him.
I've never heard him say that.
From media, anything like that.
He's never been the guy that's like, I want to win it all. He's always been the guy that's like, look at my offense. You know what I mean? So, to his credit, he's doing what he said he wants. So it's I think he just wants to have fun and play fucking basketball and shoot points.
So you think he's more along the lines of Carmelo?
I don't think he'll ever admit it, but I think he's like, dude, I'm having fun out there and I'm scoring on everybody. I'm dropping buckets in everyone's face, and that's what I care about. But
here's the thing. Everybody knows this. NBA legacy is measured by how many championships you won.
Yeah.
Think about it. People talk about Jordan. People
at the end of the day,
Bill
that's what
Russell. People talk about all these other guys, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, blah, blah, blah. How many people do you hear talk about Karl Malone, Charles Barkley, John Stockton?
Yeah.
You don't hear their names.
The only reason you hear Charles Barkley's name is because he's an analyst.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But John Stockton, Karl Malone.
Never hear him again.
Me and you know of him.
Sure.
A lot of these new, younger guys, they probably don't know who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Because they didn't win a championship.
Yeah.
It's shit.
Yeah, and the only reason those guys even know who Jordan is because people talk about him because of the championships.
Well, also because
he's the greatest ever, but what? Yeah. And the Jays and stuff, but that to his credit, he's never been I want to win championships. He's always just been the guy that's just So it's interesting because Westbrook is a guy that I don't know if he's ever gonna win a championship.
He wants to win,
but he does want to win.
Yeah,
he's a guy that does want to win.
But here's the thing: he wants to win his way.
Yeah,
he's got to switch the mind frame.
Yeah, and I don't know if Westbrook is a guy I don't think Westbrook makes his teammates better. Everyone that's left Westbrook has gone on and been better.
I want to see what Adams does this year. I want to see how many rebounds he gets. Because there's been a conspiracy that the Oklahoma Thunder were boxing out, so Westbrook, just maintain your box out. Westbrook will grab the rebound.
Really?
Yeah. So he could just start the break earlier.
Yeah.
Because once your point guard has it, Westbrook's super athletic, that he can just take off and be down the court.
Right.
Transition.
Yeah, he's fast with the ball too.
Yeah.
So.
You don't have to make that outlet pass or anything like that. Worry about it getting stolen.
Yeah.
That's just a conspiracy that I've been hearing about. So I just want to see how many an Adams. If you looked at the advanced metrics.
Yeah.
Adams actually had the most. He should technically grab the most rebounds in the NBA, but because he just maintains his box out and stuff like that, and was allowing Westbrook to get the ball.
Interesting. You think his numbers going to skyrocket this year?
Yeah. Think you could see him probably grab 14.
Dude, how terrible is Oklahoma going to be this year, though?
They're not going to be bad. They still, they got a lot in that Westbrook trade. Yeah, a lot of it's for future. but they still got some solid players. They got Chris Paul. I think they got Gallinari too.
Yeah.
Out of the Clippers, like, it's not a terrible thing. Like, it depends on if Chris Paul plays.
Yeah. I mean, Chris Paul's annoying to play with, but I feel bad for him because all he wants is just a win.
Yeah. He's annoying to play against.
Yeah, that too.
It's not played with, I don't think. I mean, unless you're James Harden, like, you can't break anybody down, just give me the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Chris Paul is old, though, so, like, it's going to be rough for him. He's not going to win.
I'm surprised he didn't go to the Lakers.
If he gets bought out, there's still opportunity for him.
Because who do you have right now? Rondo?
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
I honestly, if he does get bought out by the Thunder, I could see him going to the Lakers playing with LeBron.
Yeah. And they're friends. Like, why wouldn't you play there?
Yeah, and they need a point guard. And it would also help LeBron get the load off.
Yeah.
I don't know how solid Chris Paul's defense is
I think
anymore.
I think that's the biggest thing with LeBron now is, like, he doesn't want to... He wants to come off the ball. He doesn't want to be the guy that has the ball all the time. He doesn't want to drive the offense. He wants to manage his workload and then stay healthy till his kid comes in.
Yeah.
So...
I think LeBron, like, if you look, like, who LeBron came in with or, like, who came a little bit after him, like, he's the one who hasn't really aged. Like, he still puts up the same numbers.
Sure.
Like, Chris Paul dropped. Dwayne Wade retired. Chris Bosh, injury, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, he's the only one standing.
And I know
and
he spends millions of dollars on his recovery every year. Yeah. He's really smart about his, like, work management and stuff like that. I know he's got his, you know, hyperbaric chamber that he sleeps in every night that he got built into his house and shit. So he's like, I'm getting all my oxygen in. He's all the cryo. He's going in with the slippers on, not like AB. You know, he's making sure his feet don't get frostbitten. He's been smart about it, and he's the only guy that I can think of where whatever team he goes to, that team you're like, okay, because of him, he's going there. That team's going to the finals.
Yeah.
No other player you can say that about.
There's an opportunity to go every year.
Yeah.
Other than last year.
Yeah. I mean, Kawhi maybe. But not him alone, because even Kawhi, it's like workload management. He's to that point where he's like, I can't carry a team on my own. I need help.
I think that's why he wanted to play with another star.
That's why he wanted to get the fuck out of Toronto. He's like, yo, I did too much here.
But he wanted that. When he was with San Antonio, he wanted to be the guy and see if he could do it.
Yeah.
And, like, he did it with Toronto.
Yeah.
So.
But then, because
that was a different type of Kawhi that you saw in the finals and stuff. Like,
it was an injured Kawhi.
Him taking 30 shots a game,
yeah,
you would have never seen that with the Spurs.
No.
Maybe 20.
That's also not how the Spurs play anyway. So.
Well, I know. They play team basketball.
Yeah. But yeah, after that, and I'm glad he won for him. Toronto finally got a ship. But, like, I think afterward he was like, I need another guy. At least one other guy to help take this load off. So, yeah, I'm excited to see.
I think if Toronto had a little bit of cap space to sign another guy,
he would have stayed. Yeah, I heard he wanted to stay, but they just couldn't bring another guy in.
Yeah. I think he wanted a Lowry out.
Yeah.
And they probably weren't comfortable giving up, 4 first-round picks?
Yeah. Yeah.
For Paul George?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the Thunder, depending on how they draft, they're set.
Yeah.
Like, you can see the Thunder rebuild and stuff like that. And, you know, obviously they do draft well because they drafted, Westbrook, Harden, Durant, all back-to-back. You know, so 3 of the best NBA players they have on the roster at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Who do you like better at center? Embiid or Jokic?
I think Embiid is more physically talented. Skill-wise, I'd probably lean towards Jokic as an overall player. Post-wise is definitely Embiid. But skill-wise, I'd probably lean more towards Jokic because his passing is better.
Yeah.
Like, he can run point, or you can throw it into the post and rely on him to pass out and find the open guy. Whereas Embiid, I think when he gets it in the post, he's gonna try one of his moves.
Sure. That's another guy who does not look fit.
Embiid?
Yeah.
He's just slow.
Yeah.
Like if you watch, like he's big, dude. But yeah, I'd probably lean more towards Jokic.
That's what I thought too. I was thinking that same thing. Is AD center?
He's technically a power forward.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You're gonna see a lot of weird lineups from the Lakers this year.
Yeah. I mean, AD's one of those guys where just a few years ago, he was that guy that could do everything. He was that guy you're like, oh, if he's on the team, that team is, going to be dominant. And then his name kind of faded away the last couple of years.
It's because he was in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think he had a bad team. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Because he had a healthy Cousins.
Yeah.
And then Cousins went down halfway through the season. That's when Cousins started getting all his injuries.
Yeah.
And then Holiday. Holiday is a great two-way player.
Yeah, actually, Pelicans look kind of nice this year, man. They're a young team or whatever. Other than I saw Alonzo airball a free throw, which I'm like, holy shit, man.
Dude, his free throw is worse than like DeAndre Jordan and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like Rondo shoots bad free throws, but like Lonzo.
You can't airball, but at least hit the brim.
I think last year he shot like 45% from the free throw line.
I don't understand how, as a point guard, you can't.
Who shoots threes?
Yeah.
Like, why is he taking? Like, he shoots almost. I think
exclusively.
He shot like 33% threes last year.
Yeah.
Might have been 30, but like, how is your 3-point percentage damn near what your free throw percentage?
All I can do is hit layups and hit threes. Anything in between.
He's good defensively.
He's a great defensive player, and he's a great passer.
And he's tall, so like, I'll give him that. But like, he needs to fix his shot.
Yeah.
Like how? Like, is his brother gonna be the same way? His brother's being talked about as possibly being the number 1 pick now.
Yeah.
Because of what he's doing overseas.
I think his brother's better than him.
So you're saying LeVar was right? He's like the youngest is the best.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he's gonna come in and
I think he's like 6'8" now.
Yeah.
He's tall, man.
Yeah. I heard that at some point in the next few years, like D'Angelo Russell, Devin Booker, and somebody else wanted to play together.
I could see that.
Yeah. Devin Booker's another guy. We haven't really talked about him much, but
he's in Phoenix.
He is in Phoenix. He's all offense.
Nobody watches his games.
Yeah, I know.
Unless you have NBA TV, like I'm not watching the Phoenix Suns.
True. He's a great offensive player.
Yeah. Well, was it his rookie year he dropped 60 points?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, not offensively. He's great. He was mad at Phoenix's organization for getting rid of Tyler Ulis.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. There's why? Well, what did he do? Why'd you leave? Yeah.
We're so close. We're so close to. Are we?
They went to Kentucky together. I think that's why.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Everyone's trying to play with their buddies now. That's the biggest thing of the NBA now. Everyone's like, if I'm going to be on the team, I might as well be on a team with people that I enjoy being around.
Make work fun again.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. What are we, like a week away from NBA?
I would say it starts Thursday, but it could be next week.
Yeah.
I think it's like 10 days, 7 days, something like that.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much all I had written down, so. Yeah, that's pretty much everything that I had written down.
Go Cowboys, you better fucking win.
That's a tough game. Do they play morning or evening or afternoon?
5:20. They got the Sunday.
They got the night game, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everyone's gonna be watching. All eyes on the Cowboys. See what they do this week.
It is East Coast, so you'll get those East Coast viewerships.
Yeah.
There you go. You always have to have one East Coast team. If it's two West Coast teams,
no one's paying attention.
East Coast ain't paying attention.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all listening.
Signing off.
Yep. See you next week. Peace.